a really ominous set of drawers.
I know I picked them, but something about it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, I don't know how to vlog anymore. This video is for fans of the old monthly vlogs we used to do and of my food diary Fridays and stuff. But Thomas and I, my lovely new husband, who has agreed to grow a quarantine moustache for me.
Why does it look so much thicker on camera? That's insane.
It's really big now.
The state of me.
Yesterday we were flicking back over the old monthly vlogs and we got really sad. We actually had to stop watching them because life before lockdown was so exciting. And we've basically been in the same house together for 2 months since our wedding, basically. So we've had a 2-month-long honeymoon at home, but every day has been very similar. I realised I haven't done any vlogs and I've had a lot of requests for more vlogs from you, so that's what we're gonna give you today. You may spot stuff like this because Thomas has been doing up the attic where we are residing until we can buy a house. Yeah, we're living in Thomas's family attic. It's like 3 rooms all together and he's been just painting everything and changing everything. I have been baking a lot and writing a new novel, which I'll get to later, and just being a big pregnant. Do you want to see how pregnant I am now? 20 weeks, lads. It's massive. It's oil time, but yeah, this is what we're dealing with, and waking up lots to pee, doing a bit of a penguin walk now, like this. A lot of the time when I have to go places, I'm kind of, you know, like this. Didn't it all just pop out of nowhere?
Yeah, it was over the space of a week. Like, you looked like what was it you said? You went from looking like you had a big sandwich to all of a sudden being 4 months pregnant.
Yeah. It hasn't really changed too much in the last couple of weeks, I feel, but maybe I'm just not noticing it anymore. I'm putting on a pound a week at the minute. It's so gradual that you don't really like notice it. I'm gonna own my boobs now, you don't have to film this.
Yeah, that's just for me.
Most days I'll have this either for breakfast or in the middle of the day. It's a smoothie that gets in like 3 of my 5 a day. It's really handy, very quick and very filling to make. So I do a couple of scoops of oats. Any kind of berries are fine, and we just have the summer mixed fruits ones. They're frozen berries, definitely cheaper if you buy them frozen. I do a spoon of peanut butter, a very ripe banana, a big handful of organic spinach, and I know sounds gross, but you can't actually taste it at all. I do organic sprouted flaxseed, and this has lots of omega-3 and fibre in it. Really important because of the pregnancy. And then I always add protein. This is my favorite protein. It's by Nuzest and it's vanilla flavor. It's a pea protein. And then for the liquid, I use soy milk. At the same time, I swallow down my enormous prenatal vitamins and also a little probiotic as well to keep me ticking. I've never had so many questions about an outfit as I have had about this since I put it on Instagram the other day, because I'm wearing recycled plastic bottles courtesy of PureLuxe, and it was a collab they did with a company called Reprieve. We need to reduce and reuse and recycle, and I love this. When it's too cold for shorts, I just wear some of the PureLuxe maternity leggings, which I have in my very ominous set of drawers. May need longer leggings today because it's really cloudy. The one day I choose to vlog, it's not beautiful weather because it's been beautiful out. Yeah, like these, see the little pockets in there, but these have the stretchy bands on the top that will fit throughout pregnancy, and they're just my go-tos right now, and I highly recommend for all fellow pregos out there. This eco-conscious pullover and the shorts that I'm wearing, you can get that outfit 50% off if you're a PureLuxe VIP member like I am, and they always have that deal as well for 2 pairs of leggings for £24 for new VIP members. Without that deal, these cost an absolute bomb. And obviously I'm planning on having, well, I don't know if I've told you that, but I'm planning on having at least 3 kids, so I needed some really good maternity stuff to do me through the pregnancies. We're out for a little walk and going for a coffee, because now we can actually get coffees, because some of the cafes, they let like a couple of people in at a time. Right, what are some things we like about lockdown and some things we hate about lockdown?
Renovating our room, getting back into guitar, and honing my newfound addiction to coffees.
I've quite enjoyed having long walks, sometimes having lie-ins and not being stressed at all. Getting to watch loads of Netflix, which I usually never am like caught up on shows or anything like that. Even just binge watching movies that we've seen before, like Lord of the Rings, the extended editions, mind you. There are definitely a lot of nice things, like we're getting lots of family time with Thomas's family. Everything's very chill. But then on the other side of it, my least favourite thing is just how much conflicting information there is online. There's too much. There's an overload of opinions and information, and government people disagreeing with each other, and scientists disagreeing with each other, and people policing each other because of incompetent leaders who are giving very unclear messaging. I know some people don't agree with distraction as a means for getting through situations like this, but for me that really works. I try and focus on good things, nice things, audiobooks, and writing my book, and having fun times with this one, and just getting really excited over baking a cake, you know, stuff like that. Apple tarts. They're going to make an apple tart today, actually. I have been perfecting my Irish granny apple tart recipe.
What are they doing down there?
We miss our friends.
Yeah.
Miss my family. I miss going out for dinner.
I miss the gym.
I miss the gym. But we can work out from home. I'm kitted out in PureLuxe for my workout. I've had a lot of questions about how I'm keeping fit in pregnancy. Obviously, gyms are closed, so we're all kind of in the same boat, being stuck at home. As nice as walking is, and I do it most days, it's still not really like enough for me. So I'll link below the program that I'm following. It's Built Fierce, and it's by two YouTubers that I adore. They've put together this home workout program. There's like a few different versions. There's a version if you don't have weights. Like I have these little handheld weights. I've had these since I was in university. It's 3 workouts a week, and they're not too much. Like, it's definitely doable. On the website it explains that you get 65 instructional videos of all of the movements, and it does include other things like a macro calculator and meal plans and stuff, but I mainly just use the 12-week workout routine. Omar assured me that all of the moves are pregnancy safe, and they do feel safe. Like, there's no massive twisting and hopping. I'm carrying a lot of extra weight right now, which obviously is going to make the exercises that bit harder. Like, I've put on at least 10 pounds since the start of the pregnancy, as I'm now at week 20. As I said, this gorgeous little number isn't actually maternity wear at all. It's also from PureLuxe. I just sized up, and these fit me absolutely perfect. And the same thing with the sports bra, you know, like, it's doing the job on my ever expanding chest. And yeah, these are really comfy, really cute for this time of year. They have pockets too, so if I'm out on a walk I can very easily just slot my phone in, which is just a lifesaver. One of my only sets that I actually feel sexy and cute in. And if you've been pregnant, you know how important it is to feel nice. Squats are actually meant to be really good for pregnancy and helping with labour and delivery. It was in a prenatal class thing that Thomas and I watched online, and toward the end of my pregnancy I'm going to be doing a lot of just bursts of squats throughout the day, and maybe even just like holding a squat. Snack one of the day. I'm about to get to my writing, but I just wanted to show you what I am snacking on. I have a little pot of Greek yogurt here, and then a big huge bowl of what I call red fruit salad. So just strawberries and raspberries and some red grapes with a drizzle of honey on the top. Just absolutely gorgeous. You know me, and you know I have chocolate every single day. Today's choice is hazelnut and crushed salted corn by Green and Black's, my favorite chocolate brand. Knocking back some extra vitamin D as well, and I would recommend everyone to do this with all that's happening right now. There's a lot of research to show how important this is for your immune system, and studies are coming out to show that vitamin D levels are important when it comes to this virus. I'm gonna tuck in, and then it's time to try and write about 500 words of this monster.
Yeah, cuddling a kiss.
I've done 2.5 hours of writing and I got a bit hungry, so I went and I made technically lunch, but dinner is due in a couple of hours. It's just a couple of free range eggs scrambled with some salt and half of an avocado with salt on the top. And I'm going to have some sparkling water as well. I chug regular water all day, but these were on sale recently and I had such a craving for sparkling water because I'm trying to cut down on my Coke Zero habit because too much caffeine is bad in pregnancy. Last week I sent off a ton of If Only posters to those of you who had pre-ordered the paperback version and then sent me a receipt. It was like a little competition thing I did on Instagram. Yeah, they're all signed and I am just obsessed with this art. It is the character of Erin in some of her parallel lives wearing the pendant, which is a family heirloom she was given by her alcoholic granny. And yeah, I just need to be really frank with you for a second. Like, I am so overwhelmingly grateful for the amount of support on If Only during the lockdown. Like, it's sold way more recently than it even did last year when it came out, and even in America. Well, I know this isn't you guys, but like, it was in this BookBub deal and thousands of people bought the ebook in one weekend in America. So it's starting to really kind of find its wings, and that just makes me really happy because it's really difficult to break out as a debut author, especially I think when you are in a different entertainment industry, even though like nearly all writers have to have a different job, you know, like 95% of writers won't earn enough purely off of writing for that to be their only source of income. And yeah, a certain snobbery definitely exists in the industry. I think I'll have to prove myself an awful lot more. It might take me 10 years, 20 years to get to a point where I feel like my writing career stands on its own. But currently I have a lot of readers who don't follow me online. So that is goals, and it makes me very, very happy indeed. It's very encouraging and it definitely helps with the imposter syndrome. But yeah, so I hope that you like the posters. There was a few of them I couldn't send because the Irish post is just being a bit weird with coronavirus. But I wanted to chat a little bit about my next novel, and to let you know as well that I am going to film a whole video about writing and marketing very soon, just to celebrate hitting 20,000 book sales of book 1 and book 2. And now, like, it could be more than that, but that's kind of that was the last figure that I got from my editor. I'm really excited about my next novel. I am gonna hopefully have it done before baby comes along. The temporary title is In Bloom, although we've decided that's probably not going to work, especially after I sent my editor the first couple of chapters. That title is a bit too generic and kind of sweet, and the book is kind of heavy. And give you a little preview. So it's told from the perspective of two different sisters. They do not get along. The story was actually inspired by a real life story involving a doctor who set up this alternative kind of program, like a support group thing for people with mental health issues. I saw an interview about this story and it just sparked all these images. Like in the book, the two sisters have a mother who needs a lot of care because of her multiple sclerosis, and I had this image of a woman with chronic awful pain entering a beautiful greenhouse full of blossoming plants, and all of her pain melting away, and all of these like magic realism-y ideas started coming to me and stuff. So I reread The Secret Garden, and then I don't know, I went to see Little Women, and I don't know, all these things just kind of came together in my head of the story of these sisters and like a kind of modern retelling of The Secret Garden for adults, but you know, covering a lot of mental health ground. I am having to do quite a lot of research as well. There's some sensitive stuff in the book with one of the protagonists dealing with suicidal thoughts, and I don't know how much I want to tell you about it because I don't know how much is going to be changed. But currently I have a character who, he's like a famous musician on the internet and has, you know, millions of fans, but he's super lonely in real life, and I'm basing him on people I've actually met through YouTube, you know, who have these armies of people who worship them, and yet they have no one really to talk to or connect with in real life. And not so much a love triangle, but a love something. We don't know what the shape is yet because I am a discovery writer. I don't like to overplot. I like to know where I'm going, but I don't like to have everything decided. I have these beats that I plan to hit, but the fun in writing for me is kind of discovering it as I go, learning about the characters as I write them. And yeah, I'm just really, really excited about this one. Having a writing project to work on during all this has helped keep me sane so much. I feel like it's much easier to stay in a mentally healthy place when you have a purpose, getting out of bed in the morning, like you have something to focus on. That's why work is so important to me, and that's why I want to have family and, you know, kids and just like hobbies and things that I have to do that are driving me forward. Yeah, right now a lot of people are massively struggling, and if you are, maybe just try and rediscover a joy of a hobby that you used to have, or maybe pick up a new thing, like something that you've always been interested in but you've never had enough time to concentrate on before. Nicola and I are going to show you how to make a granny apple tart. Like an Irish granny, it's so nice. Nicola, do you want to tell them what's in it?
So we have some cream plain flour
By Odlums.
and we have some nice sugar by Sucre and some nice cooking apples.
Yeah, the real novelty ones.
And a little bit of butter and a little bit of cinnamon.
You mean a lot of butter.
A lot of butter.
And
cinnamon.
the cooking apples look mad. Like they're, I don't really, what's the difference between a cooking apple and a normal apple in a tart recipe? I feel like there's a reason why you're supposed to use a cooking apple, but I don't know. They're more tart.
Yeah, they're more tart.
She has little leaf things here to put little leaf shapes on the top, and then there's water in it as well. Yeah, there's like fuck all in it. So I'll write down the recipe in the description box. I just got it off the Odlums website, but I do a few things different. So I had cinnamon, and cinnamon's not in the recipe, but cinnamon makes everything taste better. And I got vanilla ice cream today to serve with it. Oh yeah! Thomas's granny always puts a T on his pies if she makes him an apple tart. And I did it the first time and I've not done it since. They're getting leaves.
My pie tea. I want my pie tea.
So we don't know where the sieve is, so we're just gonna use this thing. Butter, baby butter.
Yeah, she's currently starting to mix the dough. Now, I know she's supposed to have cold hands. I'm not sure how cold her hands are. Granny said it takes years. She's determined to get it right. Well, Nicola's helping here. She's in charge of sprinkling the flour while Melanie's kind of kneading the dough here. So it's a bit of teamwork going on.
The secret ingredient, other than love, is to put it in the fridge and let the dough get cold for about an hour before you roll it out. According to Thomas's granny anyway. I was just turning on the camera to say that I had a shower, but then I let off a massive fart and Thomas ran away. Don't leave me.
Leave you lonely.
Don't leave me lonely, please. You need to preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So I'm taking half of the dough for the base and half of the dough for the top. And then we're going to roll them out to the size of this plate. You're very good at demonstrating, baby.
Thanks.
The reason I'm doing this with
actual normal flour and not gluten-free flour is because during my pregnancy I've gone the way quite a lot of pregnant women do with food intolerances. I've not been reacting to anything that normally makes me react, and I'm so glad.
What do you sniff and say, Joe? It is so good. So it was in for 30 minutes and the crust is like really crumbly, like really crusty. Dun, 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 dun. End of day bump is a lot bigger, as you can see, like after I've had a bit of food. I think I'm carrying quite low. Like, you know the way they usually talk about carrying high or carrying low? Like, what would you describe this as? People who understand baby bumps. I'm not actually using the pregnancy pillow to sleep with yet. It's just kind of for naps during the day. So I usually chuck it onto the floor at night, but I'm going to need this toward the end. I like to make myself a little office, you know, I could get one of these and just put it like that. And it's like a little table. And then you can be like, or you can read a book and you can be in a really cozy position like this. I'm reading Eat Gay Love by my good friend Callum McSwiggan. I'm wearing my Fabletics Piper bra again, by the way. I have multiple maternity bras. This isn't a maternity bra, but it's my comfiest one. And I have it in a few colours, but it's just so cozy. This is usually the time of day when the baby kicks a lot. And we only started feeling kicks on the outside the last couple of days.
Yeah.
But I've noticed like flutters and feelings and stuff for ages, and I'd keep grabbing Thomas's hand and just like putting it onto the bump. I'd be like, can you feel that? And he's just like, no.
I've felt 2 so far.
Yeah. They were quite big ones, weren't they?
Yeah, I think most of them are on the inside, so it's just not happening.
But yeah, the last couple of nights it gets really active. Like, so last night Thomas got up to go to the bathroom and I was just lying there wide awake on my phone at like 3 in the morning. I'd been awake for ages because sometimes it blends into my dream, like while it's doing whatever it's doing, it happens in my dream and I kind of jolt awake and I realise that the feelings and sensations are real. It's a weird feeling, like it's really comforting and really nice, but at the same time it's very strange.
Maybe you'll get used to it.
Do you get used to it? Like anyone who's had kids, because I'm only halfway through, so this is obviously going to be happening for months.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe you'll get used to it enough that at least won't wake you up unless like he/she gives you a sharp dig in the ribs.
Yeah. One thing we've read online is that you're supposed to sing it a song, like me and him, so it recognises our voices while it's in the womb, and then again when it's born, sing it really soon after it's born, and then anytime it cries, and that's supposed to help them to just calm down and stop crying so much. But we can't pick a song. The 2 songs so far have been one from Rocky Horror Picture Show and also just Bo Burnham's songs from his stand-up Make Happy. But yeah, I've really missed YouTube. I haven't uploaded a video in 2 weeks and I'm really, really sorry. There isn't even a massive real reason because I have been waiting for Up Here to be finished. It's not going to be finished for a while though. Yeah, but now I feel like there's more space to film.
It's been like a building site the past week and a bit, so.
And I do find it hard to film here because obviously like there's 3 other adults living here, and yeah, I'm used to vlogging back in the house that I rent with my dad, which I still rent and all my stuff's still there and all that kind of thing. Well, most of my stuff. But the lockdown stuff is starting to lift now from this week. Yeah, and I do really want to get back into filming because it's a really nice distraction. It's been fun making this video. It's bringing me back to monthly vlogs.
Remember the monthly vlogs? Although you were already saying that it's probably a good thing that we stopped when we did. Because imagine doing a monthly vlog this year. It'd be so boring.
Every day would have been the same. No, that's not true. Like, I say that, but we have been having a nice time. We never would have gotten this long of a honeymoon ever in any other situation.
Yeah.
Battery's gonna die.
Yeah.
There's a light over at the Frankenstein place. There's a light burning in the fireplace. There's a light in the darkness of every... Oh, I got cake!
Oh, he loves Rocky Hard. There you go.
The darkness must...